And having things like, like drinking games in there, really like the best way to learn about wine is to actually just like get a glass. And if you have like side-by-side comparisons of like, this is an example of this is an example of this opposite thing. And like, I think that's more helpful than anything you could ever read,
Can you expand on that a little bit on a wine game? So you've got your friends all around, and are you going to have to buy multiple bottles, different things? How do we set this up?
Yeah, basically throughout the different chapters where it's applicable, you'll find drinking games that encourage you to pick up, like 2 or 3 different bottles to understand concepts like dry versus sweet. Like you might think this wine is sweet. Most of the time wines are not sweet. And even if they are, sweet wines are wonderful. But if you taste a wine that's sweet next to a wine that's dry, it will really stand out. If you smell a grape that doesn't have as intense aromatics next to like a Gewürztraminer, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I get this. If you're trying to understand the concept of what like time and air does to wine, open a bottle, try it first sip, save it at half an hour, see how it's going, try it again after 2 hours. And I think being able to like practically apply those concepts is not only fun, but makes it more memorable and engaging, and hopefully gets people excited to drink wine, which is really the whole point.
And at the end of the game, there's no real winners or losers, and nobody's really tested. And so
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's no grades. It's only fun, only good vibes, and the only person that wins is you.
Putting the book together, how long did it take for let's just go with the illustration?
It took a while. It took, maybe 5 months, 6 months. I'm trying to remember. Basically, the whole time I was pregnant, I was writing this book, which was that's an under itself.
Was it harder to illustrate or to write it?
I think illustrating it, while it was fun, there was a surprising challenge in that, for the Instagram account, I find people's funny tasting notes, or I find tasting notes that give me like this would look cool. Like this would make an interesting illustration. So I don't have to do the work in that way. Whereas here, I had to pick more, I wanted to pick more generic terms that are actually used, with wine professionals, or anybody that is talking about wine, that didn't necessarily give me those automatic same visual cues, like having to think of something to draw to do rustic. That's such an abstract concept, things like silky and leathery. Like how do I use the right paint tool to kind of like make that come to life? It was a little bit trickier in that regard. Writing too, I'm just kind of like a fiddler with the words, and I can't really move on until I get it to sound exactly how I want it to sound. So that has always stalled me in my writing process.
Got Pleased to Meet You, The Nose, added to the Burn book, some of the chapters. Which chapter you're most proud of, or something that's like, okay, this is my home run here. I really nailed it.
I think the chapter, I love the psychedelic chapter just because I love high acid wines. And so I think it's fun just to have all those words there. But I think the character chapter, is probably pretty unique. The way I like to talk about wine is less about like, it's this list of like fruits and non-fruits, medium plus this and medium, plus minus whatever. I've trained in that way. So like, I understand, I'm not saying it doesn't have value, but I think when you kind of give people something that's a little bit easier to latch onto, like this wine is friendly, it's giving golden retriever energy. That's more relatable than me giving you a technical description of the wine. So I love that chapter that has all like the different character kind of qualities that people can assign to wines.
You're not trying to dumb down wine. You're just trying to approachable because it's so fantastic and it's so good, and everything that goes into it. This isn't coming off on an assembly line where it's adding carbonated water, sugar, and some coloring. No, there's a whole extensive thing that's going on in this bottle. So you want to make it more approachable to more people, and so you want to help people become wine smart.
Yeah, no, honestly, exactly. And I think about it all the time, and I don't know, I couldn't really pinpoint what is like the thing about wine that makes it so much scarier than other things. I understand there's a level of knowledge that makes it helpful to appreciate it more, but I don't see anybody getting scared to describe, if they're at a fancy restaurant, to describe a dish they're having, you know what I mean? Or to describe a piece of art in their own words. And But wine has the stigma it's had to work really hard to try and get past.
I just want to get into your brain and get past the how's the weather kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.